The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
My friend, you don't plan to get her? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the
Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning, and thank God it's Friday. It's May 10th. Welcome to another Morning Barbados presentation. Certainly hope you've been having a great week, but I know you are excited, as I am, about the weekend. So we're going to have a good show for you today. Don't you move. I mean, if you have to move to go to work, you have to move. But we're also online, so we make sure that you are able to come back and check in on demand. That means at your leisure. You can watch, of course, we repeat in the evening on CBC TV 8 as well. Welcome to those of you who watch online every single day, particularly the Morning Barbados chat group. Very active, very loving people. Of course, they love CBC, they love what we do, and we love you as well. Coming up on today's show, we're talking about Clean Up Barbados. Yes, that's coming up this week. We told you before, but we want to make sure that you come on out and be a part of it. It's still an opportunity for you to sign up. Those volunteer forms are online, very easy to navigate. So sign up, let's come on out. And as the slogan went in my childhood, keep Barbados clean. You definitely could go back to that and make sure that you sign up for it. Today, we are also bringing more of the athletes from the Roger Boyce Classic. Some of the guys are in. Many of them are competing in the men's physique category. We have some of the fitness ladies as well. They're going to tell us exactly what that means. And they too are preparing for that competition tomorrow. Now that competition runs from 12 in the afternoon all the way into the evening, starting with the amateurs and going directly into the pros in the evening time. People from all across the world are here in Barbados as a part of that competition. And speaking of people from across the world, we want to say a special good morning to the Liberians who are here on the Sankofa pilgrimage. That's right, we had Ambassador Witherspoon in with us earlier this week talking all about it, along with his daughter. We've been looking through the book and the manifest, and I hope you've been looking out for them, enjoying the ins and outs of Barbados all this week. Plus, we've been gearing up for exercise trade winds put on by a number of countries, hosted this year here in Barbados, along with U.S. Southern Command of the Army and our BDF and Coast Guard, of course, taking lead tracks on many of the initiatives going on around that. Just like me, I know you've been hearing the helicopters buzzing around. It definitely is a different sound for us. We most certainly are not accustomed to hearing air traffic in that way. We're accustomed to the traffic on the highways that we often complain about, but not up there. So very interesting stuff happening with that. And we're going into a week with the simulation. So we want to make sure that you are aware, reminding you, do not film the simulations because we don't want to make people feel as though there are real incidents happening. And you can also volunteer. Today is your last day to get online, go to the BDF website and fill out your forms to be a volunteer for exercise trade winds as well. Also on Morning Barbados today, the power of perception. What is it? It's a big seminar that's coming up, something very interesting, trying to help us get to a better place mentally, physically, and otherwise. And we have Sharon Aline Alcott coming through and Alison Damas. They will be sharing exactly what it is about and telling us why we definitely should be a part of it. We're also going to be sharing more about a new cricket board game. How about that? New rules for cricket, and we know it's BCA season. The final of the BCA season is coming off tomorrow, by the way, at Lairs. And guess what? North Stars, they're up for the final against Queen's College. So congratulations to the boys over in St. James who made it to the finals of the BCA season. They'll be competing with some Masters. You know, Masters is another word for seasoned players. I won't say anything else. But that should be a very interesting final that is coming up. So it is indeed a busy, busy weekend here in Barbados, and we want to make sure that we're prepping you for all of that. There will be lots happening next week as well as we delve into what is coming up for Nurses Week. You know, we celebrate our nurses in a major way, not only here in Barbados, but across the world because of what they do every single day. Truly a labor of love. And today's no different. We want to start by telling you all about what is happening for the upcoming Nurses Week. So joining me, Dr. Faye Paris. She's president of the Barbados Nurses Association. Good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning and pleasant to be here.
Wonderful. And also Marguerite Bourne-Clark. She's first vice president of the organization. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having us.
All right. So Nurses Week is coming up, and the Barbados Nurses Association will be celebrating the week of May 12th to 18th. I'm sure you have lots planned, but before we get into what's coming up, tell me a bit about the association. I know you've been around for quite some time, in many iterations with different presidents and so on, but what are you up to these days generally?
Okay, so we have been around since 1936, and of course we've had a series of presidents. But at this current time, we are into the planning for the Nurses Week, and we are strongly into representing our nurses, whether as collective bargaining or on an individual basis.
That's beautiful. What initially piqued your interest about nursing? I think that's the interesting thing, because for many, I've been told it's often a calling of sorts.
It is, and in piquing my interest, it was about giving care to others, serving others, and being there for others. And that is still today my calling. That is still my very much interest.
Oh, that's beautiful. What about you, Dr. Paris?
I would say about the same thing, caring for persons, because I recognize my interest in nursing since I was 6 years old. Wow. And caring for my brother, who was 3 years younger than I, and accidentally got louver widows in his foot. Okay. So that piqued my interest, and from then I've been pursuing.
All right. How do nurses generally feel about having an association? I know there are lots of professions, and all of the professions don't necessarily have a body that they can go to that bargains for them if need be, or that they can go to for various areas. But what does this association, to your mind, mean to nurses, particularly here in Barbados, or those who are members of the association?
The association brings with it two folds. The professional body. So as the association, we cater to members' professional growth, providing educational sessions, providing opportunities, liaising with other persons, so it provides opportunities for the nurses, as well as we are a union, so we are able to bargain. So we strengthen both sides, and we encourage nurses, especially the younger nurses, to come and join the association so that they can benefit, because at the beginning of the career, you need guidance. And the association prides itself in mentoring and guiding persons. So we want to encourage the young persons not only to look at the union side, but to remember we are an association and we are there for you.
All right, what are some of the interesting things that you've been able to accomplish as an association through the years? I mean, starting since 1930s, that's in and of itself a major accomplishment.
No, as the association over the years, we've been able to, one, going back, educate our nurses, bargain and lobby for courses to be started. One that has been started since 2012, that started in 2012 would be gerontology, a diploma in gerontological nursing. That has been going now and going very well, and you've been seeing the effects and the benefits of it, because as you look, you see we're an aging population, so we need persons to care for our elderly. As an association, we've also been able to lobby and liaise on things, matters related to nursing, and have an input at the national level as well as the organizational level within institutions. We've been able to lobby and seeing those things done.
Oh, so excellent work. Now I know that the association predates even the observance, which came about in 1965. So once that came about, I'm sure that you've been making sure that we know all about it since then. I don't know how many younger people now know, only maybe the ones who read about the founder of what they call modern nursing, Florence Nightingale, which really is at the basis of a lot of what we tell. But for Nurses Week 2024, I'm very intrigued to hear all of the exciting things you have planned.
I'm glad you mentioned Florence Nightingale, because this year's Nurses Week is starting on her birthday. So the 12th of May, Nurses Week is always encompassing her birthday. So the 12th of May is her birthday, and we are beginning with a church service. And we are recognizing her, and that is our International Nurses Day. But Ms. Bowen-Clark is the chairperson of the Nurses Week Committee, so I will let her say what the activities are.
In other words, the work is yours.
I have been working. I'll first start by stating the theme for our Nurses Week this year. Our nurses, our future, the economic power of care. That theme transcends the entire week and all the activities. So as Dr. Paris just alluded to, we're starting with a church service at Restoration Ministries on Sunday morning at 8:30. And with that, we will be inviting God's presence and blessing on the entire week of activities that we are having. We are also going on to Wednesday, where we will have a seminar. And this seminar has many facets. Keeping with the theme, our nurses, our future, the economic power of care, we are looking to see how nurses and climate change, how nurses impact the care that is given. What is the economic power that we have in that area? We are looking at other topics like, why is it eluding me? Right, the silver economy. That's a silent partner that persons don't look at, and that is coming out in there. We're having a panel discussion. It's very interesting, this seminar this week. And going on down the week, we'll also be having an awards ceremony and dinner.
And I'm told
Exciting.
it's a black tie affair.
Oh, yes. Oh,
That
yes.
means you have to get dressed up.
Oh,
That's
yes.
I mean, you ladies are dressed up already this morning, but you have to add a little more pizzazz
Oh, yes.
to be a part of that. So lots of activities.
Lots of
And
activities.
it's very interesting that you are tackling some of those topics that really have been brought on based on what's happening technologically and climatically,
Yes.
that we don't necessarily go to when we think about nursing. Immediately, the impact of climate change on nursing and vice versa, in the
And on
type of
practice,
care
yes.
that's
Yes.
being offered. You know, very, very future forward. And then, of course, the silver economy, like you said, a lot of people don't look into that, especially, as you mentioned before, as an aging population. So some very good topics. Let's hear more about the special seminar and award ceremony, the Black Tie Affair. Let's hear a little bit more about that and how that will go. Specially invited guests only, or is it open to the public?
It's open to the public, and you can register or let us know if you're interested at our headquarters, which is Gibson House on Lower Colomar Rock. We are open between 10 and 2 most days, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and 3 and 11 on Thursdays and
11 to
Tuesdays.
3.
3 to 11.
11 to 3.
11 to 3, yes. Thank you very much. So we are open and ready to answer any of your questions in relation to that. But it's going to be a black tie affair. We're going to have a red carpet opening where we would have photos being taken. We would also be recognizing nurses. And this is the important part, because a lot of times we do things and it goes unnoticed. So we want to recognize our nurses. So we're looking at every level of nursing personnel so that we give a recognition to the person of the year. So we will be recognizing the psychiatric nurses, the gerontology, the public health, nursing auxiliaries, the nursing assistants, the nursing educators, midwives, and of course we would have an overall crowning of the nurse of the year.
All right, I know there's another category that's been added, which is nurse practitioner. Is that something that you've been advocating for a long time? For me, the first time I experienced a physician's assistant, which is a nurse as well, is outside of Barbados. And I know that the physician's assistant is able to write prescriptions and so on. So, but that's another area of nursing. So it's interesting that you are going to be kind of awarding across the board.
Well, at this time, we put the nurse practitioner and a clinical nurse specialist, they all come under the umbrella of advanced practice nurses. Currently, we have that is another area that, as an association, we've been lobbying for, to have those persons recognized, and so things are moving along. So we will be having more of those persons. We have some persons qualified as nurse practitioners, and but we haven't been implemented into the practice across the island as yet, as well as clinical nurse specialists. We have clinical nurse specialists on island, and you're fortunate you're sitting among two. Dr. Paris and I, we are clinical nurse specialists who are qualified in the area of gerontology. So we have persons already, and we're advocating for more as well. And this will be seeing and taking nursing to another level within the island. And we'll say this, as an advocate for advanced practice, having advanced practitioners who can assess, plan, and implement care and implement activities to impact care is vital in advancing and looking at the health of the nation. Yeah?
In talking about celebrating nursing and planning ahead, it also means that, you know, you have to kind of reflect on all that you've done while looking to the future. How is the association working to ensure that the way the nurses that we see and the way they're treated and you know, that they're fit for purpose in moving forward in Barbados? Is that why you're advocating for these additional rings or rungs, as you would call it, of nursing to be recognized and instituted? I know generally there's always a shortage of nurses, and that's not only here in Barbados, it's around the globe. So how are you working to make sure that there's longevity? Because having nurses who can fulfill all the needs here on island will add to what you can offer as an association as well.
So we are advocating, yes, for the advanced practice nurse, which is important, but we're also keeping eyes on the other nursing levels to make sure that they would have adequate resources, because globally it is identified that there is a 30.6 million nurses shortage across the globe. And you know that would mean exit of some of our nurses. So we want to make sure that we advocate and we put things in place so that they are not only extending the offerings, but the persons who are working currently would have better working resources and better conditions of service.
Okay, wonderful. Let's go through the types of nurses who are here in Barbados one more time, so that we can give a hearty shout out to all of them as we head toward Nurses Week.
Okay, so the types of nursing personnel would include nursing auxiliaries. These are the ones who would work with the elderly. We have nursing assistants. We also have registered nurses. We have registered gerontological nurses, registered psychiatric nurses, midwives. We have community health nurses and public health nurses. And is there any else I have forgotten? I think that's
administration.
And then we have nurses who function in administration.
And what about the clinical nurses?
The clinical
That's totally different? Those are registered nurses as well?
They first have a foundation as a registered nurse.
As a registered
yes.
nurse.
As an advanced practitioner, you have to have a basis first, which would start with your as a registered nurse. Yeah. So the advanced practitioners being the nurse practitioners and the clinical nurse specialists, at this time, they both would have that foundation, and most likely they might be qualified with a second qualification in midwifery or psyche or gerontology, and then branching off into another area. We also have
she's looking at you.
We also have infection control nurses.
Okay.
That's another area that we have as well. Yes.
All right. I want to thank you so much. I look forward to these discussions coming up next week. Again, are these open to the public? The form they take, how they're coming off?
The seminar is open to all nurses throughout Barbados, whether public sector, private sector, and they can contact the association. There is a link that's out. They can look for the flyer. The link is on the flyer that they can go on and register and contact the association. Repayment. The award ceremony is open to the public as well, nurses and the public. Anyone who wants to come out and support the association and the nurses, and honor the nurses, so they can also do the contact with the association.
Any opportunity to dress up, you don't have to tell me twice.
That's right.
So I wish you all the best on Nurses Week, and hopefully throughout the week we will remind everybody about it as we continue to salute our nurses. Truly appreciate the work that you do to keep us well.
I thank you for having us.
Thank you. And we are inviting everyone to come to church.
On Sunday.
On Sunday, yes.
At Restoration Ministries, and that starts at
8:30.
8:30. So be early, come out to church this Sunday and start the week right with the nurses of Barbados.
Yes.
It's time for a break. When we come back, we're talking the power of perception. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 6:31. Good morning and welcome back to today's presentation. I hope you're having a good morning so far. Sometimes you wake up a little late and it can throw off your entire day. I hope that's not your story today because it's the weekend. I know you put in a lot of effort this week and you're looking forward to a little R&R over the weekend or a little family time or me time, whatever it is. I certainly hope you enjoy it. Now, we've been telling you about the power of perception all morning long, and even to just say it and then ponder on it a little, it makes you really reflect on the title. But we don't have to reflect too much because we have two ladies joining us to tell us more about the power of perception, which is a panel discussion that's coming up. So help me welcome Sharon Aline Alcock, who is here with me in studio. She is with Media Insight Limited, Business Development Consultant for Barbados. And joining us online is Alison Demas, who is CEO of Media Insight Limited. So good morning to both of you ladies and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right. So we're going to bring Ms. Demas into the conversation as well as she joins us virtually. But let me start with you, first of all, Mrs. Aline Alcock. Tell me a little bit about the power of perception. What is it?
Well, as we are aware, perception is the lens through which the world views you. No matter what you do, what you say, perception is reality. And in terms of organizations, in terms of personal brands, how you are viewed is vital and important. And as we know, it can make or break you. In terms of organizations, perception allows brand loyalty. Individuals purchase products from companies that they trust. You are able to attract excellent talent based on how you are perceived in the market. You also, in terms of your investors, of course, if you have a positive perception of your brand, they're more likely to invest in you. So perception is key. At the same time, how do you measure perception? How do you know where you are at present? And if you need to enhance that perception, and that's where media intelligence comes in. So we're going to be breaking that down. We're going to explain to individuals what media intelligence is all about and how the data you get from media intelligence can allow you to move how you're perceived, can allow you to measure that you're going in the right direction and that your initiatives, things that you're putting out there, your campaigns are actually meeting and hitting the audiences where you want them to.
All right. So, you know, we're going to try to bring Ms. Demas into the conversation. I'm not sure if she can hear me as yet. Can you hear me, Ms. Demas? Not as yet, so we're going to have to work on that. But before then, we go past that. Now that we know, you know, the cut and thrust, what's behind the seminar in trying to understand perception and all of its shapes and ways of being presented. Let's start or retract and talk, or backtrack rather, and talk a little bit about Media Insights Limited,
Right. Well,
in terms of what you do.
Okay, well, as business development consultant for Barbados and the EC, I work with an amazing team to bring media intelligence solutions to organizations, NGOs, government organizations across Barbados and the wider Caribbean. Media Insight is a 13-year-old company currently offering, it's one of the largest media monitoring companies in the Caribbean. It monitors more Caribbean media intelligence than any other company in the world, and it's currently 13 years old. Media, of course, Alison Damas, she is the CEO of Media Insight. She works with a team of about 19 to 20 staff monitoring media across 22 markets in the Caribbean.
That is a major thing, particularly for the Caribbean. And we most certainly are working on getting Ms. Damas in with us to continue on the conversation. But this particular panel discussion, why have you decided to present in this way, or make this presentation take this form, the form of a presentation, a panel discussion, as you seek to present, I would imagine, the insights that you've gathered over the last period or even before to the people whom you're inviting to be a part of it?
Right. Well, we find that panel discussions are definitely one of the best formats in terms of getting information out, creating awareness among an audience. Alison Damas, as the CEO, she will be making a presentation on media intelligence, a very insightful one where you get to see and understand the type of data that Media Insight gathers and can provide with regard to an organization or an individual, and how their brand and how they're being received and how they're engaging with the market. In terms of the panel, of course, we have different perspectives. Our panelists come from different experiences, and we are confident that based on the panelists, the amazing panelists that we have, that you are going to see, you're going to understand media intelligence and branding and personal branding from the perspective of someone who is a corporate communications specialist, from someone who's an editor-in-chief at the leading newspaper here in Barbados, from someone who, as a CEO of an advertising agency, has worked with myriad brands to take them from where they were to where they are today, to carry them along on that journey. You're also going to hear from one of our clients who also who definitely uses the data that we provide to manage perception, to manage the day-to-day work on their brand as an organization. So that panel discussions is allowing different experiences to come through and different stories to reach you and to reach our intended audience of marketing professionals, corporate communications practitioners, media practitioners, and to allow them to understand and to leave that forum with real tangible strategies that they can immediately adopt in their organization or for themselves as a personal brand.
All right, let's see if CEO Damas can hear us as yet. Hello, good morning. Oh, it doesn't seem she can hear us at all. So let's talk a little bit about, you talked about some of the people you're targeting. Let's talk about registration. How can we, become a part of this panel discussion?
Well, you can register online. You can visit mediainsight.com, go to the landing page for more information on the event, on the panelists, and to actually register there online and pay online. We also are accepting small, but we will accept at the door as well on the morning of May 16th at the Radisson Aquatica. But we encourage everyone, of course, to go and register online.
All right, so I believe that we should take a break here and see if we can get CEO Demas in on the conversation or into some technical challenges. I'm sure there's much insight you can offer in that area, and it has changed throughout the years based on what's been happening. Driven, of course, by what happened with COVID. But we're going to take a break here and try to bring CEO Alison Demas in on the conversation. We're talking all about an upcoming panel discussion put on by Media Insight Limited, and we're giving you some insight into how you can be a part of it and why.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love cruise.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why? I need.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning and welcome back. I remember the first time I heard the power of perception, what I thought about it is the power of perception. Power of perception, very interesting, especially coming off of, that old adage that we hear about, which is perception is reality. And most certainly in media, we hear that all the time. That's something that we're told from the time we're being trained in media school about the way you present yourself. So I'm very intrigued to hear about this seminar. Sharon Aline Alcock is with us. She's a consultant with Media Insight Limited, business development consultant here in Barbados. And Alison Demas, we had a few technical challenges, but there you are. And I believe you can hear me.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
It's good to be here.
Wonderful to have you with us. Now, we've heard a great deal about Media Insight Limited itself. And Mrs. Aline Alcott has done a wonderful job at laying the foundation about what the seminar, the panel discussion rather, is going to be all about. So let's hear a little bit from you, your take on why you feel like a seminar like this, a panel discussion like this rather, is necessary at this time.
I think it's necessary because people in marketing and communications need to be driven by data in order to make strategic decisions. And that is one of the key benefits of media intelligence or media monitoring, which is essentially tracking, measuring, and analyzing media content such as news, social media conversations, in order to get the pulse of what people are saying or thinking or how they feel about your brand or organization.
How does that measure up in the context of, or with things like AI coming into the conversation? Because I think this is now taking the conversations that we have, the way we do business, how we engage and interact in all spheres, but most certainly in media, as you said, to a different place.
Yes, and AI is a great enabler facilitator because it's able to distill large language models and give us what are the main points coming out of all the conversations and media coverage. And we cover 22 markets across across the Caribbean. So that is a lot of information and data.
All right, so you're saying that you use the large language models, AI, in a major way, even within your business at this stage. How has this
Oh, yes.
How has this changed the way you're able to deliver on the information that you're sharing with your clients?
But it makes it so much easier because, like I said, we can consume these large amounts of data and we actually make sense of it and we report it to our clients in terms of the main matrix. So, for example, we can show you what is the tone or sentiment of the conversation. Are you getting negative coverage or positive? How are your CSR initiatives impacting on your stakeholders? How do they feel about your messages, your brand, your organization?
So
These are all
definitely,
important key performance indicators in marketing and communications.
absolutely major. And of course, when we talk about this in the context of communications and media, it really makes a major difference in how we deliver, how we engage, how we're able to share people's perceptions. What sets the Caribbean apart from the rest of the world when it comes to media and communications, I would imagine, will be a major part of what you're hoping to share during these insights through this panel discussion as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. And in the Caribbean, our means of communication is so nuanced. And as you know, it varies from island or country to country. Yes, we have similarities, but then we definitely have some differences. But what we have noticed is that the technology, we have been able to train the technology in order to understand our unique cultural expressions. And I think that is really wonderful and a major development.
Wonderful stuff, and that's a good groundwork for people to really think about it. And if we really consider all this is, we're all in the business of communications because the way we communicate will influence perception in a major way. So all that's left for us to say is, you know, Mrs. Aline Alcock, let's delve into how people can get involved to be a part of this panel discussion.
Right. So again, you can visit mediainsight.com. There you'll find the link for more information as well as to register. You can also reach out to me at 836-6919 via WhatsApp, or give me a call or send me an email at Sharon, SHARRON, at media-insight.com.
All right, Mrs. Dimas, I'm sure that there are many areas you'd like to share because being around for 13 years in this specific area of business, I'm not sure if you've been with Media Insight for that, like the duration of time the company has been around, but for a company being around for that amount of time and drawing data on what's happening in communications and media across the Caribbean region, you know, I'm sure there's much to share.
Yes, it certainly is. And I'm the founder of Media Insight. So I was there from inception.
Excellent. We certainly look forward to it. I want to delve into those panelists once again. I don't know if you want to name them by name because you kind of gave some titles.
Yes.
But you know how we are in the Caribbean, as Mr. Mas will tell you, we like names. We want to hear, you know, who will be coming up. So Mrs. Aline Alcock, share some of those people who are going to be a part of this, what I am sure will be a very interesting and robust discussion around the power of perception.
Right. Well, as I mentioned, we do have one of our clients, that would be Jackie Marshall-Clark from the Barbados Light and Power, who can shed light onto our services.
No pun intended.
How she uses them. Yes, no pun intended. We also have Carol Martindale, Editor-in-Chief of The Nation, who will bring a unique perspective with regard to her personal brand as well as that of The Nation Publishing Company, Nation newspaper.
And let's backtrack a bit because we want to make sure people understand that I'm sure you didn't take it lightly in choosing the panelists that you have. Jackie Marshall-Clark, yes, she now works engaging for and through the Barbados Light and Power. At one stage, you know, she had responsibility for engaging with government. She also worked with us here at the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation for many, many years. So she is truly steeped in media, as is Carol Martindale.
Right. And as I was noting, yes, Carol brings a unique perspective in terms of that intersection between your personal brand and the brand of the organization you work for. We also have Charlene Brown, who is a corporate communications specialist at the Grantley Adams Airport. She, in terms of her work in media, but also in the role that she plays, will also bring a unique, again, perspective and expertise with regard to this topic. And we also have Ernie St. Catherine, who is the CEO of Black Box Communications out of St. Lucia, who has extensive experience in terms of rebranding, of taking organizations from where they were and how they were seen to where they are today and taking them on that journey successfully.
And again, Charlene has worked in media and continues to work in media. And I think pretty much in line with what we see from Carol in terms of how she leverages her personal brand as a media and communications practitioner. We see that a lot with Charlene as well. So I'm intrigued to find out about the others from the other countries too.
Okay, so we have right here from Barbados, Devin Griffith is the moderator. So again, a wealth of experience in terms of being the CEO of GNA Communications. And our host, the well-known Gaynell Marshall, who will bring, of course, a certain level of engagement to our audience on Thursday.
All right, so what are you looking forward to most, Ms. Dimas, in terms of this presentation? I see that big smile on your face because for those of us in media and communications, I know any opportunity that we have to kind of engage, review what we're doing, and chart a path forward for our organizations and the people of the region, it's really wonderful for us. We look forward to things of that nature.
I'm looking forward to really stimulating and engaging discussion where we really delve into the power of perception. Is that reality or maybe it's not? We will see. So please join us on Thursday to find out.
All right, and again, you have to go to mediainsight.com. I'm sure it's pretty easy to navigate. I will be looking myself to find out a little bit more about it, but definitely very, very interesting. The topic, so you laid it out for us as to why you went in that direction. Automatically, you don't go to media or communications when you think perception, or if you start a conversation on perception, but we can see why perception really is at the core of everything that we do. So just with the names that you've called, outnumbered by the ladies, however, I'm sure it truly will be a very interesting and deep discussion. Final words from you, Ms. Dimas, on, to give people that extra boost, the type of individuals that you want to be a part of it, because communications really is at the core of everything we do. So, I mean, we're mentioning media practitioners, and those are the people on the panel discussion, but this really is an opportunity for everyone.
Yes, particularly corporate communications professionals, public relations professionals, marketing, digital marketing, and of course, media practitioners.
All right, and from you?
Definitely in terms of that, the audience, as Alison noted, but we also are looking at individuals who know, for example, individuals, there may be a CEO out there, C-suite members who are thinking, I'm working with my team within the organization to improve how the organization is seen, but also my level of visibility. I welcome them, we welcome them, having them come out and hear and understand the role that their corporate communications team, their marketing team is playing in raising that visibility and ensuring that their company is seen in a positive light and working with them to make that happen.
Absolutely. And for a long time here in the Caribbean, sad to say, we were lagging a bit behind when it came to social media. I think for many media houses, we saw social media as competitive, as a competing force, rather than engaging with social media as a force to complement what we do. We're there now, but the way that we move forward is going to be very important. Just one aspect of, I'm sure, the deep discussion that you will carry through with. Mr. Mass, final word is yours, only because you're not here with us in studio, but we look forward to having you join us. Is this a virtual panel
No,
discussion, or it's going to be in person?
This is in person at the Radisson Hotel next Thursday, the 16th.
All right. I just wanted to be sure because you're not here. So we wanted to make sure
I
that
will be there soon.
we just want to make sure that you will be present and accounted for. So final word for you, of course, beautiful Radisson. We don't have to sell Radisson in terms of what they offer, how beautiful it is, the facilities, and so on. So final word for you, Ms. Demas, on why all these people, different categories of communications workers and CEOs and so on should come out and engage for this panel discussion.
Yes, because certainly there is a definite link between one's engagement and return on investment. And even if you're a nonprofit organization, it's really important that you engage with your stakeholders to make sure they're receiving your message and identify with your cause.
All right, I want to thank both of you ladies for coming in and sharing with us.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that we'll be hearing the outcomes, the many and varied outcomes from this panel discussion. Again, next Thursday at the Radisson Aquatica. And get online, mediainsight.com, to make sure that you can sign up and be a part of it. And I can see that businesses might want to bring their entire communications team to make sure that you're all on the same page, getting the same information, and sharing as we move forward and look toward the future. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
Again. All right, time for another break here on Morning Barbados. As we head quickly to the 7 o'clock hour, stick around. We have lots more planned for you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tent.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed, and welcome, welcome, welcome back. I know you technically didn't go anywhere, but we take in some commercials. We're behind the scenes kind of getting things in place and doing all types of things that I really shouldn't tell you about that are happening behind the scenes, right? But you absolutely know that. It's not just me sitting here chatting with people. It's an entire team of people who help to make it possible. So I like from time to time to just shout out my team who are working, you know, really hard behind the scenes to make sure that you can see and hear what's happening here in studio. So I want to talk now about the National Youth Awards, and you know, it started a few years ago and then it fell off, I guess, because of COVID. There was much happening, but we're happy to talk about the National Youth Awards in 2024. Yes. So two very visible young people who have been a part of it are Donicia Mears Year of the Youth Secretariat for the National Youth Awards.
Yes,
and Tayer Bubulia, 2023 National Youth Award recipient and Conrad Hunt Award for Sports. Now, I didn't even know you were into sports, Tayer. I just see you, you know, lending your opinion in so many different areas and so many different things that I didn't realize that you're into sport too. So welcome. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Now, let's start with you. Year of the Youth Secretariat. Let's talk about the work that you've been doing.
Okay, so far we have had, it is really about engaging, empowering, energizing youth, and making sure that they feel empowered, making sure that they feel heard, that they're recognized for their good works. And we started off with a promotional drive-through, and we had various events such as the National Youth Parade, the national, it was a cultural showcase where cultural groups around Barbados, young people, they showcase their works. And we are just about empowering, engaging, energizing young people. And the National Youth Awards is one of the events that we have to signify the National Youth Awards. The Commonwealth Year of Youth, sorry.
All right, that's excellent stuff. And I know that this is something that the Ministry of Youth really has been working on to ensure that we truly celebrate young people. Tayer, you've fallen into this category of kind of youth advocate, youth spokesperson, and everything else that goes along with that. Did you envision this path early on, or has it all kind of just fallen in?
Hey, morning, Tisha. Morning, Barbados. Thank you for having us on the Morning Barbados again. No, I never envisioned this path. Going to school was a hard year as a little boy in school, but you know, all part of the journey that makes you better, all part of the story, you know. From young, I actually loved sports. I was involved in sports, but for this award, it was more sports as a developmental tool. So when I was at BCC and UE, I would have started some projects and some programs for students in sports, but not on the field of play, more off the field. We're basically teaching them about careers in sports, personal development through sports, the benefits of participating in sports, how sports can help build a society, build the economy essentially. So that was the program then, and then obviously transitioned into other spheres and other sectors, but still love my sport, still love cricket, still love road tennis, still love watching and playing sports whenever I can though. So, but never envisioned this to be the journey, but enjoying every step of it.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you're doing a fantastic job in all the various areas that you're participating in. I know it's important for us to celebrate our young people.
Yes, please.
And we were talking about media in the last segment, but oftentimes when we hear or see anything about young people on social media, in mainstream media, generally in society, discussions, it's from a negative light.
It's true.
So it's wonderful to see that there is this drive to showcase and reward young people for the work they're doing.
Yes, please. Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the awards itself.
Okay, so the National Youth Awards, it is an annual event hosted by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, and it's really aimed, as you said, to celebrate the young people, make sure that they're recognized. As you said, most of the time people like to showcase them in a negative light, but there are young people out there that are doing great works, and it deserves to be celebrated, it deserves to be recognized, it deserves to be blasted all over social media, all over the TV, all over, because they're doing great things.
Yeah, well, let me blow the horn of my producers a little bit. They do a segment called Exceptional Youth, and I always thought that was an exceptional segment to be able to celebrate all the wonderful things that young people are doing, and you've been on that particular segment as well, Tayer. I know there are quite a few categories. Do you have the categories down pat, or does Denicia have to tell us about them?
Denicia can tell you about
Yes,
them.
I can tell you about a few. So the categories, there are 13 categories this year, and they range from agriculture, business, sports, performing arts. They have the Bambusa Award, there's the Banyan Award, there's the Silk Cotton Award, and these categories basically allow you to nominate young people in basically any field. Yeah.
All right, so the nominations are going to be open for people between the ages of 16 and 30. I just barely missed out, just barely.
But you're here.
I can see that harder streak coming out. Talking about by a year. You just had to add on something. But 16 to 30 years old, as at May 13th, and you can nominate groups. So let's break that down a little bit more.
Okay, so you can nominate. So first of all, the nominations have actually been extended to May 17th, so you have until next week Friday to send in your nomination forms. And in terms of the group nominations, for example, there's the Hope Award where you can nominate a school-based organization. For example, if there's like cadets or a Boy Scouts group or environmental group or robotics group, and you see that they're making significant developments towards young people, the developmental element towards young people, I think that you can nominate a group. Yes, or a school-based organization in that regard. There are also other group categories that you can nominate.
But you really have to go online to find out all of these areas that you can make nominations.
Yes.
So where do we navigate to?
Okay, so to nominate, you can go to our social media page, which is the Div Youth 246, and you can go into the bio.
It is DIV Youth
246. Yes, this is on Instagram, and you can click the link in the bio, and you can. When you click the link in the bio, you will see the nomination forms. You can see the criteria, and if you want to nominate a physical form, you can go to the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment and collect a physical form, fill it out and send in your evidence. So you can drop it off there, or you can go to some of the other locations, which is like the Valley Resource Center in St. George, Parkinson Resource Center in St. Michael, Sion Hill Community Center and Bearwoods Resource Center in St. James, Spicestone Resource Center in St. Peter, Rock Community Center and Checker Hall Pavilion in St. Lucie. And you have to drop them off at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment.
All right, that's wonderful stuff. What are some of the areas, Tyre, that you feel like, we really need to bolster how we celebrate youth?
No, so this awards is a start, and just being in the room last year when I won the award with a lot of exceptional young people in various areas really highlighted, as you said, the positive role youth is playing in shaping Barbados, but also as you said, there's a notion out there about young people, and it's often in the negative light. So we just got to show Barbados that there's many positive young people doing positive work, and oftentimes it's not highlighted enough. But as you said, on this program, they highlight on a Thursday, I believe, exceptional youth. So it's just a matter of continuing to support the young people where they're at. Being in that room, learning about the other projects, the other works that people do really showed me that young people are making strides to go forward. For instance, in robotics, in culture, in agriculture. They had Joshua Fort, who won the award for agriculture. He has a very innovative product using sargassum seaweed. He was on this program as well. Then you have persons with disabilities, special need award, where Dario, who won the award last year, he's a videographer and a photographer, and he's definitely believed. And so just being in that space and being able to learn about other people's projects, and then what happened coming out of it, we learned about their projects, and then we were able to partner together and say, well, all right, you working in climate change, how do we build sports and climate change together? Are you working in agriculture? How do I support your agricultural business? You working in the cultural space? Come and perform at one of the events that we put in on. So that was the key coming out of it. So I think the fact of the matter is we got to continue promoting young people and including young people as part of the process, because that notion got to change. If we continue believing that young people, there's a lost generation, or young people is like this, then that's where you can perception. That's the perception of young
there
people.
We go.
Understand? So perception becomes a reality. So a reality for some is that there's a lost generation of young people. But no, look at this work the young people doing and the strides that they are making to impact the society and bring other young people up.
I think it's important for us to know that young people are doing things differently, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong, or it won't bring the rewards that we need. It's about inclusivity, and that's why I'm happy to see the National Youth Awards happening. It's going to be at the Frank Cullimore Hall.
Yes, please, on the 26th of May, starting at 6 p.m.
So how do we get in on that? Do you have to be a nominee or a guest of a nominee to be a part of it?
Yes, you have to be a nominee and you have to be a guest of the nominee to be a part.
Outside of me, I mean, with media, we'll come with cameras and we'll bring it to you.
Yes, for
so
sure.
you'll get to see it anyways. But I'm really excited to celebrate the young people of Barbados and to continue, contrary to perception, you know, young people being good is the rule and not the exception. So there are a few who have challenges whom we have to work with as well.
Yeah.
But generally, young people are on a good path and doing major things. All right. So again, you've extended the deadline for people to nominate.
Yes,
let's go over those areas quickly so people know exactly what they're looking at.
Okay, so you can nominate via social media, and you can go to our Instagram and go to DivYouth246, and you can go into our bio and you will see a link there, and you will see the nomination forms, you will see the criteria, and if you're having any challenges, feel free to reach out to us at 535-3835, or you can email us at nationalyouth.awards.bb@gmail.com. If you want to collect a physical form and do the physical nomination, you can go to the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment and collect your nomination form there and drop it off there as well. You can go to Valley Resource Center in St. George, Parkinson Resource Center in St. Michael, St. Hill, Resource Center, Baywood in St. James, Spikestone Resource Center in St. Peter, Rockfield Community Center, and Jacker Hall Pavilion in St. Lucie, and as I mentioned before, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment.
What does it mean to you, Tyre, to receive that award?
No, it was humbling last year just to be recognized first and foremost, to be nominated first, and then to just be in a room with so many other excellent young people. It was a humbling experience. I got a little emotional when I heard my name being announced as the
tears.
winner. Yeah, not to tears, but it was just testament. I felt appreciated, and I think young people just need to feel a lot more appreciated in the space. And as I said last year, if you won the award or you didn't win the award, it doesn't define who you are. You still got to continue doing the work and putting in the work. So I remember in the interview last year, Pearson asked me, what did I do the next morning? I said, wake up and still went and continue the grind, continue the hustle, you know, the work continues. But I just felt appreciated and recognized for the work that I put in and I did to help young people. And it's just a matter of continuing that process. But also too, sometimes, as you probably know, Tisha and Donnie, so everybody knows, sometimes you hit a rock or you hit a wall and you feel like you ain't going nowhere, or your work ain't going nowhere, or your work is not appreciated, and sometimes you feel like giving up. But then these things happen, and that gives you that extra push, like, yes, somebody watching me, somebody being impacted by the work that I do, somebody is appreciated by the work that I do, so they're recognizing me for that. So that was my feelings then, and now coming out of it, the Conrad Hunt was the name of the award, and the Conrad Hunt Foundation actually reached out to me, and I featured at one of their panel discussions for Conrad Hunt's birthday, I believe it was, or anniversary of his death, one of the two. And then we went into schools and stuff like that. So that was like part of the process, that being recognized. And actually, after the award, I found out that my neighbor was the cousin of Conrad Hunt. So she called me and was like, damn, Tahir, you know.
That is Dr. Donna Hunt Cox?
No, her sister, her cousin Audrey. Okay. Audrey, who's part of the...
Morning, Auntie Audrey.
Auntie Audrey, yes. Donna is the head of the foundation and stuff like that. So we would have interacted for that panel discussion and the work that they were doing. So then she was like, I come into City Award, and she came and she gave a hug and was like, I could feel Conrad's spirit. That's what she was telling me then. So that was like touching for me as well, to know that his family felt happy that somebody received the award and he was recognized as part of the award process and the naming of the award behind him.
And of course, that redounds to the benefit of so many different people and so many different areas. We were able to carry on the name of a cricketing giant in Barbados and the region, and of course, make you feel like the way that you should have. So make sure, we're going to get on you because we want to make sure that you nominate all those young people out there doing amazing things. We first have to go online. You can find them easily on social media and figure out the categories. And then it's going to come to you. When you read these categories, you're going to say, this young person comes to mind or that young person comes to mind. You know what this person is doing is amazing. So make sure that we celebrate the young people in our lives, in our communities in Barbados. Thank you both for coming in, Donicia Mears and Tayer Bubulia.
Okay, thank you for having us.
We look forward to talking some more about the National Youth Awards coming up on Sunday, May 26th at the iconic Frank Cullimore Hall. We'll tell you more as the days go by. It's time for another break here on Morning Barbados. Still to come, the athletes competing in the Roger Boyce Classic. That is coming off tomorrow. The time is now, so stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
My friend, you don't plan to get it. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. It's time for a little game of cricket. How about that? Indoors, you're thinking? A game of cricket with a different... We're talking about the cricket board game. Baswell Job is the creator of board cricket. And here he is. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you taking the time to bring me on this program this morning.
Wonderful stuff. Tell me about the game itself, board cricket.
Well, board cricket goes back 10 years ago in my mind. This was in the making about 10 years ago. At first, I had submitted it to the Prime Minister's initiative. It did not win. And my first idea was to cast it aside, but it always bothered me. And it's only about last year I decided I'm going to get this done. And I just started doing the groundwork, the artwork, just some little sketches sent to my cousin, fella Johnny McFarlane. He's a very, very good digital creator. And he did all the graphics, everything. And I just decided to bring it to life, and here I am today.
That's beautiful. Now, you know, ties into the power of what we were talking about with the youth awards before.
Yes, yes.
You know, being able to push past and bring your creativity and ideas and so on. But this is beautifully presented. May I open it?
Yes, please. You may.
All right. So it's called board cricket. Tell me about the game. How is it played?
All right, board cricket. It comes with a full rules of cricket, of how the game is played, and at the back it has a glossary of, to my mind, most or all of the different events or things that could occur in cricket.
Absolutely. So cork, crease, dead ball, innings, empire. So somebody who's a complete novice when it comes to cricket can absolutely play. It gives you an idea of, you know, what they mean by stumps. If you're stumped, strike, team, toss, wickets, wide, all of that good stuff. All right. So let's put this here.
Right, so we need, this is the board here.
So this is the game.
As this is digitally created by Johnny McFarlane. Been sent to China, that did all the printing and all the manufacturing.
All right, so that's beautiful. I'm going to set some of this aside. Do we need, okay.
We need at least the brown cards, which is the cards. We need the third umpire.
So the third umpire.
So it does come with third umpire decisions.
So you told me the game really is very similar to the T20 version of the cricketing game.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me set this aside.
Yes.
Do we need anything else?
Probably this. Yeah, we need the players. Probably the score sheet, but we probably might not be scoring. But this is the score sheet here.
Okay.
And how it is played is that.
How many players do we need?
Right, we can play from 2 to 24, 25 players. 2 being the least. You have and 22 on a team, but you can have some person who acts as an umpire, And you can have another person who acts as the third umpire.
Okay.
And you can also have somebody who does the scoring.
All right, good stuff.
Right.
I'm interested to play, because I love board games. I've always loved board games, and I don't know if people know, but I'm very competitive.
Oh my gosh.
So even though you've made this game, I think I can beat you.
You're gonna beat me.
I can. I don't know, even though I don't know how to play it yet.
Well, you're gonna
so
learn.
How
it's
do
gonna be very
you go?
easy.
So this
it's
is the
very
bat.
easy.
So you can have
Right. So you can
so
have
it's for each team.
Let me
Yes.
explain. You can have 2 people can bat at the same time, as in cricket.
So this is the start.
Start, right? Or 1 person can bat at one time.
Okay.
But
and what does that entail? Tossing the die?
That's entail tossing the die. Well, no. But to start the game, you roll. You toss a coin.
Okay.
And the person.
Bring some money, somebody.
The captain that wins the toss decides whether they're going to bat or field.
Okay.
So let's say that we toss the coin and you won. You can tell me whether you're going to bat or field.
Okay.
Now the fielder is the person who throws the dice that simulates a ball.
Okay.
And there are 6 balls per over.
Okay.
And so if you have, as we have, if you have 5 players, then you can determine how many overs you're going to play. You can play from 2 to 10 or more, but it's best to play an even amount of overs. So this morning, let's try to play 6 over for the game.
Per team?
Per team, right?
Okay.
6 overs. So, and then we have 5 players here, but as I said, it could be up to 22.
All right, so I'm going
So you
first.
won. So
I'm bowling.
But we are going to just play. We're just going to have 1 person batting because it's only you and I.
I am opting to bowl.
Oh, you're opting to bowl. So if you throw a 5, that's a dead ball.
Oh.
If you throw 2 5s.
I feel like you're making up this
No,
game
no,
as we
no.
go along.
It's all in the rule books. If you
Yeah,
throw,
I'm going to have to check the rule book because I don't think my ball is a dead ball. Let me go again.
If you throw 2 consecutive 5s.
What? Another 5?
Wait a minute. You 2 consecutive 5s. You have just added 1 extra to my score. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 extra here.
And we have to go by what you say because you developed the game and you're making up the rules.
No, the
and
rules,
I don't know.
The rules are in the rules.
Well, I'll have to read the rule book, but I think I should bowl
So you
again.
just read
Okay,
2
here we go.
5s.
Because that's 1 over, yes? That's 2.
That's the
we're still in the first over.
Yes, you have not even
Second
bowled the
ball.
3. So you have just thrown 1 ball 3, and I'm going to move. 1, 2, 3. So you have the option to pull the umpire's decision because I've just
umpire is not
landed
going to like
umpire
that decision. You're out. Out. Look, he's out.
Oh man!
I love
Put
it.
that to the bottom. So I'm out. I didn't even make a run.
Second man.
I didn't make a run. That's not.
All right, second man
he's
coming out. Listen, my bowling is amazing. I have to shout out my 2 nephews.
All right, we're going to see what's going to end.
Sean and Rashad Worrell. They taught me cricket.
We're going to see what's going to end. 3 again.
LBW gone again. I told you I'm good at this game. Out of here. Out of here.
2 for naught.
Yeah.
2 for naught.
These bowling scores, let me tell you something. He has nothing on me. Are the real cricketers.
2 for naught. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Run out. Gone again. Listen. These bowling figures for me. Cheese on.
3 for naught.
Let's make sure it's only cheese on here because one of the just put
I
after
got
the
at
cheese
least
on.
put runs on the board.
No.
I got to put runs on the board.
Listen, let's go. Listen, you need me on the ICC board.
Let me see. I need
CWI, you need me. Let's go.
I need a 1. 5. Dead
All right,
ball.
so that's a dead ball.
I need a 1.
Another dead ball ain't coming. You don't worry about it.
I need a 1.
You get a 2. Come, move. Umpire decision. Let me pull again. All right. Out. No, it's not out.
Oh, boy.
Listen, I have you under pressure.
That's 3 for naught.
That's good stuff. This is an exciting game. My nephews would love it.
3 for naught.
Yeah, all right, let's go again. This is my final ball in this over, man. Let's go. A 3.
1. Finally get off the
Finally
score.
got 2 runs.
2 runs. Finally get off the score.
Some serious bowling figures from T. Hines, man.
1 more ball from you because you had 2 dead balls.
Listen, I'm not sure that you want me to go at you again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, are you ready for this?
Yes, let me see.
I want to see 4, because then you'll be caught. A 4. Jason, luck. 4. Go 1. Let me help. 1, 2, 3, 4. Caught. You are gone. I told you I would win.
1 over 4 runs for 2 runs.
Did I just beat you at your own game?
No, I still have
You don't have anything.
No, I still have 1 more player.
Give me a high five. You're going to have to go off the field. It was just the one on over. Where can we get the game?
The game is landing here in Barbados. The shipments are here. You can contact me, 230-4685, or you can email theboardcricket@t10game.com. Theboardcricket@t10game.com. But I need to get back to you, though.
Listen, I won.
You won.
You know, don't ask for the umpire's decision, because the umpire will go along with me. The third umpire will do the same. So don't worry about it. Look at this. Board cricket is just in time for the T20 World Cup coming to this part of the world as well. So make sure you check out this game. Where can we find you online? We want to make sure that we can get in on this action.
I'm not online yet. I'm trying to get a website designed, because the aim is to have this game not only in Barbados but through the entire world.
I love it.
Where you have people from India, Australia can make
Yeah.
orders, etc.
You brought a lot of excitement. Look, I'm helping you pack up because I won.
Because you beat me.
Yeah,
You beat me,
absolutely.
but
Listen, this
okay.
was
You beat-
really,
you beat-
really
you beat
good.
me at my own game.
Yeah, I did. So don't forget it, okay?
4 for 2 runs.
Yeah, 4 for 2 runs. How about that? I love it. And then, it really has a great feeling because of the various places you can kind of go around. You can get stumped. You can make runs. You can be not out. You can be caught. So it really has a feel for the game. And you don't have to have any knowledge of cricket to really just engage and be a part of it. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic idea. And I think it will be great for families to play, particularly, people who are interested in cricket.
Right, and as you said that, my aim is to get it into schools from primary up to tertiary, because the young people, we can teach them about cricket. And at the same time, it allows them to help in their spelling, because they have to write the names of the players. It allows them to do their adding, because they have to add up the scores to make sure that everything is in board.
Yeah.
And I also want to, now as you said, ICC is just around the corner.
Cricket.
I'm just waiting on the committee from the LOC, the local organizing committee, to grant me permission, if they so desire, which I hope they will, to allow me to set up a tent at Kensington.
Listen, let's speak this into reality. If they so desire, it's a fantastic game like this. They have no other choice but to grant you permission. National Organizing Committee, local organizing committee members, we need to have this game to show how Barbadians are innovating.
Correct.
Look at this scorecard. So you have teams A and B noted on here. You can note the overs and so on. So, you can replicate this. All you would need to do once you have the game is maybe photocopy that, and you have your scorecard, your scoreboard, all the way through. Congratulations, man. This is a fantastic accomplishment.
And what I want to do is, on the website, when it's finished, you'll be able to download maybe the board, the score sheets. You'll be able to play online, play against people all over the world, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and who knows, we might be able to bring in some other people, as in the people who are rolling the pitch. Look, this pitch is perfect, right, Peter? It's pitch perfect, and we're not talking about singing. And then, of course, we have spectators going all around.
All around, right.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love it. Beautifully set up, nicely laid out, and I'm happy that you're able to present it in this way, something that came to you.
And to CBC the first.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And you got beat at your own game.
Don't mention that.
By me.
4 wickets to 2 runs.
Yeah, I'm told that, because I want to get to
you're really good,
pack up everything. Yeah, I know. All right, so this is officially not yours any longer. It belongs to me.
Okay. I can live with that.
Yep. I'm a little bossy.
You're a little bossy.
And I'm also a winner. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for playing. Make sure you check it out. And, we're advocating on your behalf to see this at Kensington Oval. As Barbadians continue to innovate, we have to make sure that we are supporting each other. Next, we're going to tell you all about Clean Up Barbados, why you need to sign up, be a volunteer, because there's lots happening. Anne is going to join us online, hopefully, and we have a few people here in studio. We'll tell you more about that after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome back. Of course, we started the discussion before you came back, but we're all going to get into it. So let me say a special good morning and welcome to Anne Harding, who's joining us online. She's an environmental activist, project manager of the Future Center Trust. Good morning, Anne. Welcome.
Good morning. I'm the big talking head on the wall.
Of course, I'd prefer to have you in studio, but we welcome you this way as well, adding your presence. Cami Holder is here, and he is Public Relations Officer with the Trust. Good to have you with us, Cami.
Good morning.
And also Amber Holt. She is T-shirt administrator for Clean Up Barbados 2024. So
Hi,
welcome.
good morning. Good morning, Tisha. Good morning, Barbados.
All right, so let's start with you and talk to us a little bit about Clean Up Barbados. If there's anybody who's just joining us at this stage and they don't know what we're talking about, lay the foundation. What's Clean Up Barbados?
Clean Up Barbados is an annual island-wide cleanup. And the public is invited, we encourage everybody to join us. And it's free. You can register online at Clean Up Barbados. Just Google Clean Up Barbados and you'll find us.
All right, well, that's beautiful stuff. The good thing about it is, and I want to jump straight into these figures, Cami, as of Thursday at 5:30, that's yesterday evening, there were 760 volunteers who had registered, and I am told there are more. But How important are volunteers to this initiative?
Well, without volunteers, there wouldn't be a successful Clean Up Barbados, because we need to protect our environment, because a country's wealth is actually its people. So we're trying to protect each and every one of us as it relates to our health. Because, you know, we often have outbreaks of dengue and chikungunya and so on. We don't need to have that. And what pollutes on the land ends up in the sea. And the sea is, by its own extension, of biodiversity, which provides medicines and as well as our food.
Absolutely. Now, Amber, I know you have some promising figures for us, because in the last 12 hours, literally just over 12 hours from the time we got this information to now, we've had some additional people who have signed up to volunteer.
Yes, that's correct. There are now 778 persons registered as of this morning. I believe there are 30 groups so far. So we are looking to triple that before the event.
Well, I want to say quadruple.
Okay.
We certainly are going to do our part to try to ensure that more people sign up. We have just about 29 days to go. It's coming up on the 8th of June. That's my sister's birthday. Good morning, Sharian. So we're going to make sure that we get on board with that. Talk to us about some of the things that actually will be happening on the lead up to that. And
Well, we have, I call it 3 phases of the preparation. And the first phase is what we're doing now is to ask people to register, because that gives us an idea of the numbers of people that are going to participate. And then the second phase is where we gather all the resources that those people need. And then the third phase is we have to organize the location. Some people think locations come first, but they actually are the third phase. So once we know who all is participating, we get ideas for where they want to participate. And then that also gives us information about what they need. Do they need skips? Do they need trucks? Do they need cranes?
yeah.
And they need a lot of bags and gloves.
Absolutely. There's so many of us here in Barbados. I know that we are celebrating this number of volunteers, but we really should be getting out to clean up our environment. You touched on it a little earlier, but you said from the outset, even before we got on air, Cammie, that you want to reinforce the Barbadians that we are doing this for ourselves.
Yes, because, but before we go there, I also want to commend such supporters like our partner, which is the Nation Group of Companies, the Barbados Defense Force, and the other sponsors, because without those persons and the volunteers who are unsung heroes in my book, they leave home early on mornings to clean up behind persons who should know better. Now, the key to it is that we need to do this here, because there's a correlation between social or antisocial behavior and littering. I just came out from West Africa and I realized that in areas where there's litter, there's no respect for law and order. If you look also around the world, you see in countries where there's turmoil, there's a lot of litter. So it sort of breeds antisocial behavior. So that's one of the main reasons why it's also important.
Breeds a whole lot more things apart from the antisocial behavior too. Amber, how are things going with the t-shirts? Because that's a big part of it. How we're going to identify the volunteers is they're going to be out and well clad in branded shirts as well, garbage bags, gloves in tow to make things happen, but most importantly, t-shirts.
Yes, so as Anne said, participating in Clean Up Barbados is free. So persons can register. There's no cost for that. Purchasing an official Clean Up Barbados t-shirt is optional, and that way you get to, look official on the day. You're easily identified. However, persons can choose to wear their own t-shirts.
And of course, it contributes to the cause. If we purchase a t-shirt, what does that mean in real terms?
It means that we have additional funds that can go towards
offsetting our costs and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, working with the future. Sorry, go ahead, Cammie.
It's quite costly to put on such an event because you have to purchase like the implements in terms of the gloves, the bags, that sort of stuff. So there's a cost attached to it. And that's why it's important that persons like the Nation Group of Companies and other sponsors are encouraged And without the nation, I don't think that we would have seen this sort of the mammoth size in terms of response that we're having now.
Yeah, I could see where your focus is. But back to you, Anne. Let's delve into some of the areas. I know that you've been at this for quite some time. I hope we haven't lost Anne, because it looks as though her image is stuck there on the screen. I know that there are particular areas we want to clean up across the island, but I know there are particular areas specifically that really, really need our attention.
She's lost? Well, I
All right, the sound went funny there for a minute, but I caught up with you in rapid speed. Where we focus is inland, and that is because that is where we find the most rubbish and the illegal dump sites. And these illegal dump sites are largely, they're in our water source areas. And so it's very distressing when you go in to clean them and you say, oh my gosh, this illegal dump site's just meters away from a BWA pumping station. And you think, oh, all my water that I'm drinking is going through this stuff. You know, so we do focus on the inland areas, and the Bell is a major focus this year. We've got the Kiwanis Club. Kiwanis Clubs of Barbados are teaming up to clean the Bell Gully. And we have a person who's guiding them, a person who's been working with the Ministry of the Environment, who is guiding them. That's Jason Miller. And so the people who are working in the Bell and everywhere, he's going to help make sure they have the right tools that they need to clean their area.
All right, well, wonderful stuff. When we think about it, there's so many areas that we are contributing negatively to the, the tearing down of our environment. Yes. So Anne mentioned a moment ago illegal dumping. There are people who are picking up all types of waste, and they go, I don't get it. There's no longer a tipping fee at the what we call the dump. So I don't understand why people just prefer to go dump in gullies or off of, random areas. That's just one aspect of what we're dealing with in terms of cleanup. Of course, when we think littering, we think individually of individuals maybe throwing their stuff away. How would you say things have changed, Cami, if they have, since we've moved away from single-use plastics just a few years ago?
Well, I would say that we've had a lot more awareness, but in terms of the habits of persons, we're still seeing a lot of littering of white goods. I have, as well as
white goods. What do you mean?
White goods in terms of the refrigerators, the stoves, the washing machines, those sort, they're classified as white goods. We're still seeing a lot of littering of those sorting pieces of equipment. In addition, what is happening is that you have persons who are also flouting what is known as the Retailable Containers Act. So you're seeing a lot of bottles that should have a deposit that are not being recycled or end up in littering around this country. I've always put the idea that if we can demand that persons who are transporting any detritus or any litter, before they can move that from source, they must show a certificate that they are authorized to transport that litter to a registered government landfill.
Landfill or dump site.
And should not be paid until they show that it's been delivered.
All right, good stuff. There's lots more to talk about, but we're happy to see that we're up to 778 volunteers for the Clean Up Barbados, comprising 29 groups, 20 individuals. It's major. Make sure you get your T-shirts, because that supports the cause. You heard Anne talking about the need to get trucks or skips, garbage bags, gloves, all of that stuff will factor in. The registration trend is that, they're hoping to have 2,000 people registered by the event day. And the event day is the 8th of June, just a few days to go. So make sure you get online and register, and let's clean up Barbados. Thank you so much, Amber. Wonderful to have you with us. Thank you so much, Anne, for joining us, albeit online.
Welcome.
And thank you so much, Cami, for continuing with the cause.
Thank you very much.
Time for another break. When we come back, we're going to meet some of the athletes competing tomorrow in the Boyce Classic. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb. From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
My friend, you don't plan to get it.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
9 minutes to go before 8 o'clock. It's Friday. It's good to have these friends with us. Some joining us virtually, others here in studio. So Shakira Duglin is PRO for the Boyce Classic and IFBB Elite Pro World Cup 2024. And of course, she is posing coach for Team Barbados. Quite the title, but I'm sure you are operating on fumes as we get ready for the competition tomorrow.
Definitely. I was up and about all till 1 o'clock this morning and then still getting around to bring the athletes to the studios because we're doing television and radio.
All right, that's beautiful stuff. In studio with us is Marina Mokanu, representing the Czech Republic. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Barbados. Thank you for having me here.
And you'll be competing in the bikini fitness.
Exactly.
Part of the competition.
Yes.
And you're also a fitness trainer.
I am. Also a posing coach.
Good stuff. Welcome to Barbados. Is it
Thank
your
you.
first time here?
Yes.
All right, so welcome to Barbados for the first time. I know two people who are here and it's not their first time. Ambassador Melissa Seaforth of Antigua and Barbuda is joining us online. And we also have the big guy who walked away with the title last year, Eddie Wilson, representing Suriname. Listen, we're going to have to move Melissa out the way. We can't see those muscles. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Well, good morning. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So let me start with you, Eddie. Having walked away with the title in 2023, no pressure, I would imagine, coming back to Barbados and this competition in 2024. Now you have the entire screen. We can try it out and see if the muscles can fit on the screen. Now we have like a 75-inch. Yes. Yeah. So how have you been prepping for competition this time around?
Good morning, Barbados.
Good morning.
And thank you for having me here back. And the prep for this competition was not easy, you know. I needed to make another change. I don't want to come every year the same, to look the same. So I put myself a little bit under pressure. I had more meals. My training intense was more harder. So I'm ready. I'm ready to better. I'm ready to defend my title. So let's do this.
All right, good stuff. What about you? Named as an ambassador last year, Melissa, must have meant a great deal for you. You will be competing in the bikini fitness area. You are champ, so I know that's some added pressure. You're coming back to defend this time.
Well, I didn't win this show, but I won shows last year, and I would have placed third in the world at the World Championship. So this is definitely going to be a high level show. You have a guest there in front of you, Marina, who is no stranger to the stage. She's our world champion, and as well Kimberly Percival, who is second in the world. So it's going to be the top three from the World Championships at the Roger Boyce show. So it's going to be a very high level show, a lot of fun. I'm happy to be back on stage for the first time this year.
All right, good stuff. So she's being very modest in what she's presenting. But Marina, talk to me a little bit about your career, how you've done through the years in this area.
I think I've done good. So far, so good. Well, my biggest title was the last year Arnold and World Championship title. That was the only one I had. Okay, so if speaking about gold medals and first places, but when I look at my career in general lines, I was always in top 1, top 2, top 3. So I have a lot of silver, lots and lots of silver I've done, including Roger Boyce. It's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be the 24th of my shows I have done in all my lifetime in IFBB. So it's a lot. I love it. I do it for different reasons. And like I would say my number one reason is it keeps me really in touch with life and with my body and with myself. And it gives me the right motivation and strength to move forward. So like movement for me is sport. Sport is movement. Movement is life. And it like all connects. So I love it.
All right, that's beautiful. And it's wonderful to see when people are really in tune with what they're doing and love what they're doing. And I know that's the case with you as well. Eddie, I'm told the Surinamese team brought the biggest contingent to compete tomorrow. So how are you weighing in, pun intended?
So yeah, we came with a big team. I made sure that this time we had a big team. All the athletes, I was talking with them, and yeah, we are with 11 athletes. 6 pros, and I think 5 amateurs. But everybody was preparing. Everybody is ready. Everybody is excited. So we gotta do some damage.
All right, and I'm sure you are preparing Melissa to do some damage yourself as well as you get things ready for tomorrow. Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
I know the Antiguan team has enjoyed a lot of success through the years as well.
Yes, absolutely. Even including my sister, who she's not competing in this show this time around, but she would have got 2019's title when the show was called the Since then, it has evolved to the Barbados. So it would definitely mean a lot, especially time around for me to clinch the title. And I haven't been in Barbados actively competing since 2019. So very much looking forward to doing damage on the stage on Saturday.
All right, we look forward to all of this damage. Just don't damage the stage, like literally, I'm kidding. So you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that I believe and feel that all the girls are like 100% ready. It's gonna be really hot. Not the weather, I mean the atmosphere right there. And so come and see us, right? That's gonna be amazing.
For sure. Shakira, it's the day before. And for a lot of people, they would be kind of winding down. I know this is the height of everything you guys have been working toward. You, Roger, the entire team, because it's a team of people who work behind the scenes to make it happen.
Yes, actually, it will remain intense until even about Wednesday, the week following the event. This year's event is extremely competitive. Marina and Melissa would have mentioned the World Championship. That is an event that athletes who do the show would qualify for this year. It's something you must qualify for. So even though this show is a large show, there are shows that you must qualify for later down. And we have the top 3 from last year's World Championship at our venue in Barbados. We even have more countries than anticipated, more athletes than anticipated. Like we went to the airport anticipating maybe about 10 athletes at one moment because we had a schedule. 15 came through the gates. Another moment, 20 came through the gates. So there are a lot of people who have interest and they've come here. We also have the president of the entire federation that governs all of these shows who will arrive today in Barbados, and that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
We will have a welcome at the airport for him.
It makes a huge difference, and I want to see the level of support for this sport that we see for other sports, because there are not many sports that we see so many people representing so many nations coming into Barbados for. And I'm sure that those of you who are in the sport can agree that we need to kind of lend the level of support on par with the type of athletes that we're bringing to Barbados. Thank you so much. Best wishes, Melissa. Best wishes, Eddie. I wish you were here. We cleared an entire couch for you. You didn't show up, so you're going to have to come after. We have Marina here, and thanks, Shakira, for all the work you are doing. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I will be up front and center watching. I'll be there from midday when they have the amateur competition and then into the pro segment in the evening time. So make sure you come on out and be a part of the Roger Boyce Classic and, of course, the IFBB Elite Pro World Cup. Tomorrow it's happening. It's going down here in Barbados. So it's 8 o'clock and that's the show. So we're trying to wrap quickly. But I want to remind you, coming up on Monday is Caribbean Mosquito Awareness Week. And we have Mrs. Holligan of the Environmental Health Department coming in to share more about that. Very important. Dr. Trevor Aline is going to be here in the next chapter segment, and we're going to continue to talk to the Child Care Board. It's still Child Month to make sure that we are on target when it comes to foster care and things like that. We're going to talk about the What Going On Awards and a whole lot more. So have a great weekend. There's lots to do. There are lots of places to go. Make sure you check in, support the Roger Boyce Classic. And happy Mother's Day to all mothers and all mother figures. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. So I'll see you, God willing, on Monday. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.